What's up, world? It's your boy, 3 the Culture, back with another exclusive, man. Battle rap is most definitely, in the pocket right now, man. The word's most definitely thriving. It's a lot of energy, man. But I'm still trying to figure out, for the life of me, why is Hitman and Verb beefing? It's like a riddle. It's like a Rubik's Cube. It's just like I don't get it. You hear me? So you have Hitman. He goes live in Spaces. You hear me? Addresses the whole Verb co-signing Byron Blake. You hear me? Verb recently talked about Byron Blake, about the paperwork, about Hitman Mama.
You know I don't stop, bro. Where's your bark for Byron, nigga? It says you fucked up right there. It says the money is fucking up on your side. That's what that says. Who you gonna blame? Me or Byron? And you didn't bark at the nigga. And he put your mama, daddy, all that shit out. And you didn't bark at him?
So, Hitman Heat, you hear me? You know what his mother been through. My mom's been through it personally. You hear me? Rung the bell. Fuck cancer. You hear me? So, Hitman mind frame is like, you hear me? Like, it was just beef. You hear me? Online beef, but you brung my mama into it. So, he really felt the way about that one.
You co-signing a nigga that's trying to embarrass my mother into the whole battle world. You telling niggas, hey, look, Holla, look what he's saying. Oh, your mama and them need help. Your daddy, you gonna speak about that? For laughs and giggles and shit. You crossed the line with me. I don't know who you used to dealing with. I'm willing to die for my mama, bro. I don't give a fuck about no money. I done spent a lot of money. I done bought the cars. I done bought the jewelry. I don't give a fuck about that, boy. I would die for niggas playing with my mama. You retweeted for likes and giggles. You didn't have to bring up, my mama ain't got nothing to do with me and you. How you gonna say, hey, I hug your mama every time I see her? But then you reposted a nigga that's trying to tell my mama she broke or my mama's struggling, whatever the fuck the shit was. Cause somebody breached the contract. My mama said she wasn't paying that dumbass shit and she didn't go to court. That shit happened in 2023. I had 2 battles in 2023. Easy, cool with you. Go ask Easy what I got paid for to battle him. And see if I could spare my mama $1,500 from that check. If this over $1,500. You tried to embarrass my mama, bro. Nobody checked for Byron Blake. No fucking body. That shit had 800 views. You gave it light on your platform. You chose a side. So would you choosing a side that a nigga laughed at Cinnamon almost get killed? That a nigga put my mama in the forefront of some battle world culture shit? You chose to be he high. You got to answer for that now, nigga. It's up forever when I see you.
You hear me? Not before, and then after bringing a special guest up. You hear me? It was technical difficulties getting the guest up there, but we have Beasley up here in Spaces now with Hitman and Holla. This is like a powerful move. They done teamed up because you have to keep in mind that Verb, when he made his transition from the URL, you hear me, over to RBE, he had a lot to say about the URL organization, especially with the Norbs trial. He had his opinion on everything and how he felt about Beasley.
It's a personal fight, and this nigga will kneel in my presence, nigga. Just like y'all have. Nigga. That's where I'm at with it, nigga.
Damn.
That's where I'm at with it, nigga. And we'll be there, too. That's where I'm at with it, nigga. Hey, Bees, we walked with you, nigga, from the time you started. Soon as this money came into play, you start spitting on your champions. Trying to bring up these fucking robots that you know ain't shit, right?
Again, We don't know if this is just, promo. It probably wasn't serious, but it's serious enough to have Beasley come up in spaces while you beefing with Hitman, and for them to make a Verb look crazy. They really made a Verb look crazy, but it's still something that, is lingering before I tap into that about the Gerald McCoy situation, because they break that down. You hear me? Because the conversation was with Beasley and Hitman, right? So this is what I'm getting from the conversation, right? Conversation between Hitman and Beasley, right? He like, you need to get a sponsor. Hitman reaches out to Gerald McCoy. You hear me? So Beasley rapping to Hitman as well, like, look, let's keep this under wraps. You hear me? Because if it leaked, then people gonna want to see the battle, right? Which I feel like it was already leaked because Hitman addressed the whole situation before. Now it came back up and he put it on a Verb. But this is the confusing part though, right? Stay with me. I hope I didn't lose you. Because Beasley told Hitman not to mention the URL situation. So Hitman goes, I guess, in spaces and he mentions, who he had conversations with, but didn't mention the URL. So Gerald McCoy, instead of reaching out to Beasley to confirm or reach out to Hitman, for some reason he reaches out to ARP, which I'm like, Beasley, like, I don't know why he would do something like that. Yeah, Gerald McCoy, you done business with the URL. If it's $20,000 that you are willing to provide to see this battle.
If he said, I said, Hitman, I got it.
Hold on, I'm listening to make sure. Hold on. Y'all stay right there. Listen.
You send me the money, I'll send it back if the battle don't go down. I said, I don't know about that. Me and Hitman agreed on that. That was agreed on. If you don't believe me, call Hitman. He won't care that I said that. He probably already said it. All right. Me and ARP got on the phone, talked to him. He called Hitman. Hitman called and said, G, I'm not even going to tell you. I'm going to let Beasley tell you. Beasley called me, and he called Beasley, and Beasley said, G, no, Hitman's not playing you. We came up with a plan that if what we're going to do is we're going to act like we didn't
That's all. Make sure you keep it real, bro. That's all I ask, bro.
Hey, man, it's
we haven't
verbatim,
been
bro.
negotiating. What's going to happen is we are negotiating, and once everybody thinks the battle is dead or nothing's happening, boom, we're going to drop a trailer. I said, Hitman, why didn't y'all tell me this before? I would have never made a freaking phone call.
Why go to anybody that's outside the source to confirm some money or battle that's not happening on a platform? That's what I still really don't get, right? Anyway, but they address that because
anytime that you don't have a clear answer about what someone's motive is and you come up with your own assumption and place that narrative upon someone, that's crazy, especially when you don't know for certain. You don't know what hit. If you guys were cool, his protocol would be, let me get Holla on the phone and ask him what's up, and I'll call you back, Gerald. That's what
you
call Hitman and say, yo, Hitman, you may want to call Gerald because he's a little apprehensive about moving forward with participating in the match because you're saying that you haven't spoken with Beasley. That would be the proper way to handle it.
Beasley don't know, right? It was confusing right there because still it's like this whole beef is because of Gerald McCoy. But then when the beef initiated, it was because a Verb stopped the battle. So I'm thinking maybe Gerald McCoy reached out to ARP, but then if he talking to ARP, he cool with a Verb. A Verb just got a new podcast interview. I listened to it just to see what the conversation was about on his end, because Mesa, the clothing design, they got a podcast. They got a Verb on there. It's doing numbers, but he really don't address the situation that got messy. So I'm just putting things together because he's on there talking around situations, talking about himself, like how he moved. So it ain't really got nothing to do with, I shouldn't have did the Byron Blake situation, or shouldn't have talked about his mom, or shouldn't have co-signed somebody talking about his mama. You know what I mean? You would think that would, but he took a different approach. And I'm like, what's the point of having an interview so everybody can see that Verb a solid nigga? Anyway, I got off track because it's like they pointed the finger at Verb. Now it looked as though that Gerald McCoy fumbled the ball. But the battle not happening allegedly, I don't know. It's so much confusion and smoke and mirrors, it's hard to keep up. Because it's just the whole fact of the matter is that Hitman Holla trying to battle Mook. That's what it's all about. And if the battle not allegedly happening, what's all this build up for? But then Beasley say, okay, off of the build up of y'all talking about it, it's a conversation about the battle. The people want to see the battle.
Let's go.
So if this is promotion, then it's working because you got everybody attention in battle rap because it's Hitman Holla, and we tie Verb into it. Verb got a battle with Sirius Jones coming up August 10th on the Trenches card, which is wild to me, you know. But hey, look, you know what I mean? It's easy to block Captain. You hear me? I just hope Easy put on a great performance versus Ill Will. Because in other news, you have Big K versus Tay-Rock and King of the Dot. If you wasn't messing up, Easy, I felt like that'd have been your spot right there. They would have, I think King of the Dot, I don't think it's nothing binding in your contract. I don't know. Who know? I know you can't go to RBE for now. But it may have been a conversation with you going to King of the Dot. Now, Tay-Rock finna go over there and do business. That's another conversation for another day. But that's crazy energy too. But just confused. So anyway, Beasley, Hitman asked Beasley some questions, right? And the topic came up, have Verb ever borrowed money from the URL? And in a way, Beasley broke it down to where it was set for Swamp and Verb to battle on Summer Madness. Excuse me, because I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it, because you never know where these are just public figures that's talking. I don't know what to believe. I'm putting all of this together, right? But Hitman, pardon me, Verb and Swamp was supposed to battle with Summer Madness. I don't know if it was contracts involved, but Verb asked for an advance.
So around that time, there were some other leagues that were trying to get the battle or were vying for Verb's attention to do other matchups. But he called me, he was calling me, asking me, you know, for an advance. He kind of asked me for an advance. He said, yo, if you could send me some money, send me 3,000 so that I know it's real.
Let's go.
Now, Hitman wanted to say this because they beefing, and I guess Verb tried to clown him about the $20,000 he asked from Gerald McCoy. And when Beasley said he asked me for $3,000, it was just like you making a big scene about me asking Hitman asking for $20,000 and you're around her asking for $3,000. So that made me think about ARP and Verb when they had the situation with Verb battling Iron Solomon, but then turning around and battling Lux. I can't find the footage. I swear to you, there's footage out there of ARP talking about the whole situation, but it's been scrubbed. I can't find it. But what I can find is Angry Fan talking about it.
What's going on with this card? I think niggas need to get off of Twitter. Yo, that nigga ARP said Verb ain't come to me like a man like all the other battlers did when they wanted to battle someone else, like Math or Geechee coming out. They all came to him. He's like, not like when Verb needs money, he's fucked up. He comes to him like yo, what? What? Come on, son. Y'all watching this on Twitter? Yo, bruh, this is ugly right here, bro. This is ugly.
So that's crazy. That's crazy by itself right there. So it just really puts a Verb in an awkward space because you got one of the the owners talking about how you do business behind the scene, and then y'all beefing. But it's like if it's really real, if this is really real, a Verb got a battle with Serious Jones coming up at the trenches. If it's really real. It better pull up. It better pull up. But from what his interview I got from a Verb in this Mesa TV is that he got private security. Like, a Verb been reacting, but I'm really not enthused to check out his point of view because he really not like talking about the origin of the beef. He taking it from a point of Hitman reacting and putting it all on Hitman, the one that crashed out. So he really don't have to, get amp or, stand on whatever type of business, which I understand. Because now when you start putting together all these puzzle pieces, making a picture, it's just not adding up. And I do want to commend these guys, man, because y'all are doing a great job with keeping the culture moving right now. This is the energy. This is the conversation. Hitman also asked Beasley, like, where is this energy coming from with a Verb? Or Beasley wanted to understand where is this energy coming up from with a Verb when he went over there to RBE and was talking crazy about URL business. So Beasley says that a Verb always wanted to work behind the scenes and put on artists and wanted to do what P doing. But Beasley didn't agree with it because with him being a battle rapper, and look how he earned out everybody business now and phone calls with P. You think, they can trust a Verb with knowing what the battle rappers get paid? Then once you know what the battle rappers get paid, you understand the budget behind URL. And once you understand the budget behind URL, you see what I'm saying? It's just trying to get the business, to get the numbers to know, like, was I really getting my worth type? But Beasley denied it, and that's when he say a Verb parted ways. What I really think it is, just from a fan point of view, you really wasn't getting the respect over there on the URL platform because there was so many powerhouse people. You kind of fell back behind the scenes in the shadows. And it was proven when you get on these stages and you was getting booed. You see what I'm saying? He took that personally. How can you boo me? I haven't even got out on stage yet. So you play the villain, but when it's time to be the villain, you chillin'. You like, oh, I'm the victim. So it's just confusing because that was when Surf was tearing shit up. Surf was really in the spaces. Now that Surf gone, I think, all of us in the battle rap community can agree to a certain extent that when Surf got locked up, the energy, the landscape got a little different. So you try to fill in the blanks. Oh, this worked for Surf, and let me get in spaces all day, and let me kind of wrangle the culture when you're not him. But at least Surf, he can get online and talk shit and put on a hell of a fucking performance. I still go back and look at him versus John, him versus Twerk, him versus Cortez, him versus motherfucking JC. It was backed up by stellar fucking performances. No debating. But I get it though. You hear me? I want to say Sue Surf inspired Hitman. It was a spaces a while ago before he got locked up. He kind of Surf, when Hitman was talking to Surf back in them spaces, it's kind of like Sue Surf was talking down on him for, you were in a sense, on a competitive note, not, start stuff, because I know they cool behind the scenes, but he was like, oh, you ain't got no league at the time.
Outside, people would probably say mine was more similar to your way because I still do my own personal battle league. I run my own events. I put my own money up. Like when I run my events, I put my own money up. I book the battlers. I bet on.
But nah, you have Hitman Holler never had no league, so we're not talking about the league. We talking about where you battle at. Like your way.
But I'm saying I battled on King of the Dot and shit. Like you never battled.
So to see Surf get locked up and Hitman do his thing with his league and see him, back in uniform doing what he does best, that's something good to see. But I know he want to get to a bag. And like I'ma say, man, Verb has a one-up on Hitman in a sense due to the fact that he did get an opportunity to battle Mook and Lux. He just don't got the television stardom.
Let's go.
To where Hitman got the television stardom, but you ain't got that Mook and that Lux. So it's kind of like, why is this like a trade-off? This is how I'm just looking at it. Because everybody got their own opinion. But I'm just looking at it like this is a whole play. Finna use your name, get you there. You hear me? I'm finna battle Mook. I'm finna get myself there. You hear me? I don't know. It's just one of them things, like I can't think of nothing but other than it being a play. But it's well played, but I'm just curious to see where it go. Because they putting a lot of energy into these narratives and, making something out of it. You hear me? But like I said, man, that's just my, opinion of where, this beef is. You hear me? I ain't nobody in the culture, man. It's just 30 the culture. I ain't do no Geechee Gotti, you hear me, cartoon that's on the URL app that's on Geechee Gotti page. I ain't went viral a couple of times, but just drawing my opinions out there, man. It's your boy, man. Y'all know what it is, man. But that's crazy work. It's crazy work, man. It's your boy, man. 30, I'm out.
I'm saying, like, come to the event and we can do. I'm saying, listen, if I owe you money, we have enough of a relationship. You can call me. You can show up in person, say, hey, can we step to the side? Can we talk? Hey, look, let me show you this. I didn't get paid for this and that, and we could work out whatever needs to be handled, right? Or if it's beyond that point, right, and it has to be another type of a conversation, just come to where I'm at, right, and put me in a position to where I have to defend myself, and I'll give you everything that you're seeking.